Hello everyone, I'm Julia Pensaki and this is my presentation for backend class. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about four elements. First of all, I want to review what the form element is. This element represents a document section that contains interactive control for submitting information to a web server. In other words, it is used to collect user input. And the principal form element is input. But in this occasion, I will show you another element that we can use in a form to collect data too. Okay, the first element is select. This element defines a drop-down menu list, as you can see in the images. And inside this element, we can use the option element that we are going to talk a little bit in the next slide. Inside the select element, we can use attributes. Those are some of them, like multiple, that it allows us to select several options. Size, that we choose how many rows will be visible when selecting, and the name attribute is required because it's a connection between what the user chooses and the information that goes to the database. And then the next attribute is select, that this select attribute defines a pre-select option as a default. Okay, so let's see how the select code looks. Okay, in this example, we have a form, a field set, a label, choose a color, and the select element. Here I use the name, color, and I write several options to choose. So, select allows us to do this little box, and show the options. Very simple, the select element. So now let's see the option element. The option element defines an option that can be selected. As you can see here, those are the options in this select element. This element, it is contained in a select element, or we can use it in an opt group element or a data list element. In this case, we are seeing this element inside a select. So this element shall have a value attribute always, because it's the way that we can say to the database what the user chose. So let's see some examples. Okay, here we have the example that I showed you before, but now I'm going to add some other options. And let's play a little bit with select element. So I add more colors. So you can see there are a lot of colors. As you can see, here is the value. Most of the time, the value is the same what the user see. And okay, now we're going to add some attributes to the select. For example, let's add the size attribute. So I want to see just 3 options. So here, as you can see, it's changed. So I can see only 3 options. Let's see a little bit more options. I like it this way. And then let's see that the user can choose multiple options. And to do it, what we need to do is hold down the Control or Command button and click on the options. And that's the way we select multiple options. Now let's see another element that we can use inside our form. Okay, this element is the text area. This element represents a multi-line plain text editing control, useful when you want to allow the user to enter a sizable amount of free-form text. For example, a comment on a review or a feedback on a form. In other words, it's a multi-line input field. Some attributes we can add to this element is row and calls. It specifies the exact size for the text area. And max length specifies a maximum number of characters, and min length is specified the minimum number of characters. If the user leaves this text area empty, it won't submit because it's invalid if we use the required attribute. Otherwise, it would work even when the user leaves the text area empty. Okay, the next attribute is name. As you can see, the name attribute is repeated in almost all form elements because it's required for the database. And the last is, well, the required attribute that specifies that the user must fill with a value before submitting the form. So let's see how a text area works. Okay, so here is my text area line. As you can see, I use the valid explanation. I use 9 rows and 30 columns. And this is how it looks. Okay, if you have any question or any doubt, you can comment the post and I will try to answer any doubt. And also, I use these resources and I really suggest that you can read this one in the Develop Mozilla article forms. It is really helpful. So have a nice day. Bye.